So you tried to light it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know I did that right because you just push that in. I let it sit for 5 minutes after I put it on off. And
Oh yeah, my hunch was your igniter, which is what I suspected. So you don't have any spark.
yeah, I didn't see anything. I tried several times.
There you go.
Went on.
Yeah, you got a bad piezo igniter.
Okay.
So why it went out, I can't tell you. I mean, we'll know more maybe here in a second.
Okay.
But without spark, you're never gonna generate the electricity that you need to,
Right.
to kick the valve over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you're getting a 7 flash. But lately I've just been doing. So there's a reset procedure that you can do on these,
Okay.
where you can. We'll see if the burner assembly comes up, because I replaced the valve. I think the last time I was here. I don't know. I
Or
didn't.
maybe it was the burner assembly.
Maybe that's what I did. Yeah.
Because I feel like it had to do with the thermocoupler or something like that.
Thermopile, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, it's holding flame. Okay. Anyway, so you turn it on very hot for 15 seconds. So I have it running on very hot right now.
Right.
Let's see. 10, 9. Three, 2, 1. And then you turn it to hot, like I'm doing. Are you watching me?
I am.
Okay. So you put it, that's if it starts flashing these error codes. I only do that if the flame comes on.
Okay.
Right? So it held the pilot light, the flame came on. So then you put it on hot for about 15 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. It's been about 15 seconds. Then you put it on pilot. You just leave it on pilot for 15 seconds.
And that resets it. Those 3.
You do that. You do that twice. Yeah. So it's like 1 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock. If you think of it as a clock.
Okay. Yeah,
And that's been working really well for me lately. And I've been helping people over the phone and stuff with that. Like they'll call me up and they'll be like, "What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? I need hot water now. You know, I'm at work or whatever." And I say, just reset it, and then you put it back up. Make sure it kicks over, which it's doing. I can see the flame inside there. Yeah, you can kind of see it.
Because it's right there.
And then hopefully it clears that code out, and then you're okay.
Oh,
Now,
really?
yeah, now there maybe
it's like a computer thing, sort of.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, I guess the technicians or whatever, somebody learned how to do this. I'm not quite sure where it comes from. I know there's like forums and stuff for Honeywell valves or water heaters or whatever. I have yet to find them, but I haven't really looked for them.
Right.
And supposedly this is something that
somebody came up with.
That works. And I didn't have a lot of success with it at first. But I've started doing it in cases where, you know, it seems like everything's working, right? So the burner assembly is coming up, you know, the flame's coming, it's reacting, it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's just, it's still giving you this error code.
Right, I see the red.
In fact, I think it's already reset. So it's already, so now it's flashing normal operate, which is once every 3 seconds. So we just cleared it out, and we'll turn it up a little bit hotter. It's kind of a risk, right? So it's kind of a gamble because You know, what caused it to trip to begin with? Is the valve going bad? Is it a problem with the circuit board? Like, what is it?
Could it have been the wind at all?
Not likely, because this is what's called a sealed combustion chamber.
Right. Well, and I have this piece over here that should go over it.
Oh, this, yeah. This is just to keep little kids from
touching it.
From touching the burner assembly. Yeah, these covers. So that's just to protect somebody from just grabbing it, because if it's running, it'll burn them pretty good. So, I think you're good. I mean, other than your Pizio igniter not being any good, so you won't be able to relight it with this.
Okay.
You know, maybe it'll work. It's probably working now. Let's see. So these tend to go. Actually, it's putting out a pretty decent spark.
So it was just resetting it then.
Yeah, well, you needed to get the pilot light lit, right? And then you needed to reset it. And there's a chance. So there's a chance this can come back. Now, if that happens, just call me and I'll come back out, because I got to charge you for today.
Okay.
But I'll come back out and I'll switch the valve. You know.
Okay, if it doesn't. If it goes out.
If it goes out and you're not able to reset it.
Okay.
Because you pretty much know how to do that.
Right.
If you're doing that more and more and more, right? Like you're doing it more often. Like, let's say you do it 6 months from now, and then you got to do it 3 months after that, and then it's a month after that, and then it's a week after that. Then it's on its way.
So
right?
I was doing it at the hottest, then at like what is that, 9 o'clock or whatever that would
It's
be.
hot. Yeah, you do very hot for 15 seconds. And it only works if so you got to look inside and make sure that the
blue flame is on.
Yeah, well, yeah, not just the pilot light, but that the burner is making that it's working, because it won't ever do it. Usually if it's a true bad valve, the pilot light will die right when you try and turn the Yeah, so I only really change the valves now, which the valve is like behind the circuit board. It's inside here and then connected to this plastic, and then this pipe is threaded into it. I only really change the valves if it's pretty much dead. Otherwise, I'll do this reset procedure, and it's been working out pretty nicely. So you do, very hot for 15 seconds, hot for 15 seconds, pilot. So it's kind of like 1 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock, if you think of it as a clock. And it's just like the highest.
So
hot water.
When I do hot, then I go ahead and press it and try and light it, and then I let it sit 15 seconds. Then I go to the next one, do the same thing.
Yeah.
But I'm pressing the igniter, right? Every time?
No, so when you first light it, and there's lighting instructions right here on the side of the water heater. When you first light it, you put it on pilot, and this is pilot, right?
Which is what I did today. I did that exactly.
And you do this, and you want to look through the glass, make sure you got a pilot light.
Right.
And so if you look through and you see that you got a pilot light, then you wait for the light to come on.
Oh, okay.
Now, if the light comes on and it's flashing, so right now it's flashing once every 3 seconds.
Right.
So you can count 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, right?
Right.
And if it's flashing more than that, so I saw that it was flashing, I started counting them immediately. So it came up and it flashed 7 times. So there's a little chart.
Oh, right there.
Right here, you cross-check it and it says, gas valve malfunction, right?
Okay.
And so the second thing I did was I cranked it all the way to very hot to see if the burner came on, and then I knew I could use that reset procedure on it.
Okay.
Now, if the reset procedure hadn't cleared it out, I probably would have replaced the valve or maybe the circuit board, because you're never quite sure what it is.
Right.
I've had bad circuit boards that give me false codes, and I've had, a bad valve, obviously. So, yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. So it's on. Oh, wait. I got to turn it back on. There you go. So, yeah, the flame looks pretty healthy. We'll put it right here, but if you end up with cold water again, I know you don't want that, but you can, you can come out and just do this reset procedure.
Okay.
And that'll get it at least up and going for you.
Okay.
So that way your tenant doesn't have to wait for me to get off work.
Right, which is nice.
Yeah, which is nice. And then and then hopefully, you know, it doesn't happen again for another year or 6 months or whatever.
Okay.
And then you're good. I'm just kind of hanging out to see if it comes back.
Sure.
And then,
Okay.
you know, if it goes and you can't clear it, and you can always call me and say, hey, what's that reset procedure again?
Okay.
I make videos like this to try and help people.
What do you, what's your name on YouTube?
Oh, it's called the Water Heater Factory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that then.
Yeah, look it up, and I got a ton of Rheems. I mean,
Are you seeing that helping you a lot, having your stuff on YouTube?
Oh, yeah.
Getting a lot of business from that?
Yeah, I get some business from it. I mean, mostly like someone in Nebraska wants to buy a valve off of me, you know, and that doesn't really work.
No, that's not helping.
No, so that doesn't really work. But I'll point them in the right directions. But a lot of people, yeah, a lot of people are, you know, they go there and they have an issue and they just want to either fix it temporarily until they can buy a new one, or they, you know, they're not sure what the codes mean. Or they, you know, they don't know, you know, maybe they don't want to touch it at all. But yeah, I've gotten a little bit of business off of it. It's mostly just to help people that aren't in San Diego. But if I don't have time, and I know someone's panicking and they're going to run out and go buy a water heater or something, and I say, here, check this video out, try this.
Do this first.
Yeah, do this first, because I get a lot of blocked pilot tubes. So this pilot tube right here, which is what feeds the pilot flame.
Right.
A lot of times you'll get sediment in here and it'll block that.
Okay.
And so I got a bunch of videos on that, and then I've got videos on how to change the valve, and I've got you know, every scenario that can happen pretty much with these valves I've got on there. But yeah, cool.
Awesome.
Well, yeah, awesome. Anyway, so just did a reset procedure here and got it going. The reason the flame is turned yellow right here is because condensation. So when the gas first starts burning, because all the water in the tank is cold, so the tank itself gets cold. Before it reaches operating temperature, that gas will condense, right, and it'll fall as water vapor.
Okay.
And then that'll make your flame kind of orange.
Oh, okay.
And so that's what's going on. So there's water vapor falling. That lasts about 20 minutes until the water in the tank heats up enough, and then that'll stop and it'll go back to its pretty much blue flame with yellow tips on it. But while it's falling, it'll make you can kind of see. You might be able to see it, but you can see a lot of orange coming out of there, and that's what that's from.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's real orange.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope this video helps somebody out. We're here out in La Mesa. Try and get you guys a little bit of a view. I doubt you can see it with a GoPro, but it's a really beautiful house in La Mesa up on Mount Helix, and nighttime is falling. And thanks for watching this video, and consider subscribing, and have a great day.